Good morning from Los Angeles. It is a little bit before 9 here, and man, this is Jan Rognerud hollering at you here. And if you're coming from Facebook, hey man, welcome. If you're listening on the Media and Marketing podcast, seriously welcome from all over the world. Really appreciate it. Today I call this Friday footage. We're looking at the Friday the movie here. My boys freaking out, and hopefully you won't freak out today, but you'll learn some really cool things from, I haven't really decided on the final sort of terminology for this episode, but I'm sticking with Friday footage because it rhymes. And we're going to see some footage because I'm going to share my screen with you, as you can already see. And I'll be teaching you some things about Facebook today. And so I titled this The Best Creative for Facebook. Now, there's going to be some contention here, but I'm sticking with this because it's actually working really, really well right now. And for you all that are following me and us here on the podcast and live out on YouTube as well, you know that we'd like to share what's working now, right? So at the agency, which is chaosmap.com, we do a lot of different things. We're a digital advertising agency, but we focus a lot on content and developing strategies that acquire ultimately customers, prospects, or patients for your business. And that involves, obviously, as I said, content, organic, but also paid media, Facebook, Google, YouTube. And we like to test. And one of the things that we've seen, and it's also true for the marketplace in general, is that these types of creatives I'm going to share with you today really work well for Facebook. So let's dig in. Friday footage is starting now, and I'm actually going to share with you how we develop these things and what you can do. So first things first, step one is go out to canva.com if you haven't already done so. And once you're there, you can literally, if you're looking at Facebook, which we are today, you can start typing, right? So Facebook ads, like the 1200 by 628 app cover, etc. And, it comes up with predefined, essentially, sizing for you here, so you don't have to worry about that, right? Very nice. And by the way, one of the things that it doesn't list here is the one that we're going to share. And it is, drum roll, it is the 1x1 boxed creative. And I'm talking about a static image here. Obviously, you got the video opportunity here as well. We're not going to cover that today because this one here is easy. It is fast to get rolling. I'm going to step you through it. And it works really well, as mentioned. So step one, canva.com. Type a face into the input box and take a look at what's available there. But then don't go any further. Just X out of that, because what I'm going to share with you is how you actually create the 1x1. If you see down at the below sort of the banner on Canva, there's something that says custom dimensions. You want to type in 1080 by 1080 pixels here and create new design. And this is the boxed 1x1, very large impression that you see when you're scrolling your newsfeed. Looks great on mobile and desktop. And let me remove my Jan Rognerud banner. By the way, quick pitch here, JONROGNERUD. That's my name. If you head on over there, you can actually set up a time to meet and discuss if you have any questions. It's a free call there. And glad to help you through anything that you might be facing, any issues. And of course, if you'd like me and my team to run your ads for you, set up the landing pages, do the split test, all of that good stuff. We do that all day long, so happy to talk about that if there's an opportunity there. All right, so now we're looking at the screen, and what happens is it automatically comes pre-populated with some templates over on the left-hand side in Canva, which is very cool. So you can pick some out the gate that you'd like to maybe consider for your business. Now, what I did is I kind of chose the real estate niche here, and what I'm doing is I'm essentially just scrolling through the templates, and I found the one that I like, which is this just listed image here. And I cheated a little bit. I just sort of rolled it in here already, and we're looking at that right now. So look how nice that is, right? Not a final ad that I would necessarily push out to Facebook just as such, right? We also want to make sure that, we have the 20% text limit, right? So if you have a lot of text on the image, it's not going to serve you well, because Facebook is either not going to serve it or it's going to have low impressions. And frankly, if it screams ad, it's not that great. For real estate, what we like to typically do is showcase houses, and you might create, instead of what you see here, a collage, picture of houses, like, 4, 2 above, 2 below, like 4 in the matrix, right? And then the ad copy itself will speak to the details of that real estate listing or listings, your phone number, et cetera, et cetera. But again, we're not going to go into that here, because in this Friday footage, as I call it, we're going to just show you some quick demonstrations on how you can do these things. So yeah, step 1, Canva. Step 2, custom dimensions, 1080 by 1080. Then pick your template, and of course, listen to previous podcasts where I talk about the different ways to structure these images and copy. But ultimately, once you have this, and I'm just having fun here with the address, but ultimately what we have is a creative that is pretty much ready to go after you've tweaked it up. And then you save it off. So, step 3 here would be to publish it. So you just simply click the publish button, and there's multiple exit points here, from download, presentation, Facebook group, etc. You just want to download it, and once you've downloaded it, either JPEG or PNG, depending on the quality that you're looking for, then you're done. Now you actually have it created on your desktop, right? So what you can do now is, by the way, one thing that I didn't mention, which I should, is that when it comes to images, in Canva, there's something called a filter up here. And it allows you to change colors, set tones, and sort of intensity of the images. Contrast is a very big deal, because you want them to pop. You want them to stand out. But at the same time, you don't want it to be noisy. A couple of years ago, it was very popular to put a pink border around, and people were just simply annoyed by that after a while. And, frankly, Facebook is all about the user experience. That's how you should think about this as well. If you are creating something that makes them stop, great. But at the same time, don't do it at the expense of, your brand or your position in the marketplace to be just an annoying pest, right? So think about that. But yeah, there's many different ways to kind of clean this up and enhance the images and make them pop more, and you definitely should. Contrast is one of those. So there we go, and we are now done. Well, not entirely. What we need to do now is we need to actually head on over to, by the way, this is the Friday footage here for anybody coming in late. I see there's some folks coming in here, and we're talking about these demos, which I'm going to do Fridays typically, to show you how we do certain things and how fast you could do it. So we're talking about Canva here today, canva.com, and how you can set up the 1x1 boxed image, highly positive results from Facebook when you do this. And so we just created one. Well, now what we do, we have saved it off to our desktop. We need to actually come in here, and let me share out my screen. And you all should see that. Basically, now we're in the Facebook Ads Manager. And inside the Facebook Ads Manager, you have a lot of different options. If you're familiar with this, you've seen it before, obviously. But one area under Assets is what I want to call your attention to. This is where we're at right now. You see a bunch of images. This is just a test account here. But essentially what you do now is you can create all these images, or if you have a creative team, they can put this on a Google Drive or, Boxdrop, what have you, or Dropbox, sorry. And you can just simply upload them all into the images area. A lot of folks that do this tend to do a 1x1 thing, like create the ad, upload the one creative and do another one, et cetera, et cetera. Just prep them and put them all up here in the images area, like it's a library, right, under Assets in your Facebook Ads Manager. Very, very cool, very simple to manage. And if you do these by date and use a naming convention that works, not only do you have a nice record from your Dropbox or Google Drive, etc. You can save these off locally, and also you'll have a nice naming convention up in your library here. You want to think about that as well. But anyway, now all you need to do is just hit upload images, right? And what I have here is, let's see, do I actually have this prepped out here? Yeah, I do have it prepped, but my hard drive is open with all kinds of private stuff, and I don't want to share that right now. But this is so simple. We just downloaded it. That was step 3, right? Step 1 was go into Canva. Step 2 was to select the custom dimensions, 1080 by 1080, right? Step 3 was to select the template and tune it, tweak it, optimize it, and save it out as a PNG or JPEG, depending on what you're looking at for quality. And uploading it here as the final step to the Facebook Ads Manager under Assets and Images, right? So all you need to do is drag it in here. And once it's there, now you have an image asset that you can use, which is very cool, right? What happens here is that, you can not only take a look at the various creatives and kind of manage them here and this way that I've described, but your team can come in here. So you can give access. And if you have somebody on your team that is, actively just pushing out ads and, managing that media, you'll have it all prepped in the library and it's good to go, right? So this kind of management of images and assets through development of Canva, all the way through to the Facebook Ads Manager, very, very cool, right? Very simple. And when it shows up inside Facebook, it is a tall boxed 1x1 frame or image inside your newsfeed, which is extremely powerful. It really is just a very, and again, assuming that you're doing this right in terms of the creative, not a pink background color with a yellow front end and a red font that, just really annoys people. You're just going to have people just disliking your ad very quickly. But if you do this and you set it up in a way that I've just described, you're going to have good success. Very powerful way to present your data, to present your message, to present your brand in a very powerful graphical way that stands out. That's the key. It really stands out in the Facebook newsfeed using Canva and setting this up. So I hope this has been helpful for you. This is, again, funny picture from Friday the movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Absolutely hilarious. This is the Friday footage here from Jan. This is me talking right now. And if you'd like to know more, you can go to janrognerud.com and check me out there. Or, of course, if you'd like to head on over to the agency, chaosmap.com, chaosmap.com. Happy to talk to you there, set up a time if you'd like to discuss. But man, there's some really cool things you can do right now to change up the game for Facebook. So if you're not using the 1x1 boxed medium, a creative option using Canva and Facebook, you are definitely missing out, guys and gals. So please take note of this and take action. And I really appreciate all your feedback, your comments. And any questions, shoot it on right on over, and we'll take care of you. All right. Again, appreciate it. Step on the gas pedal here and keep rocking and have a great weekend. Cheers.